Hi, guys. Welcome to some more Real Talk Dog Talk. I'm Tori.
And I'm Barb.
For those of you who haven't joined us before, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com.
And if you are a regular listener and or emailer, keep those emails coming in. They're entertaining. And they also give us some really great ideas for our episodes.
Yes, always.
So,
yes.
I was at Tractor Supply.
Okay.
Oh, are we supposed to say those names? I don't know. We'll Google it later.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I was in the store. I had one of my dogs with.
Yes.
And I was just walking through the store and a lady stopped me.
Yes.
And asked me what kind of dog I had.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, he's a Cane Corso.
Yes.
And she looked at me and she goes, Cane Corso.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay.
Listen,
all right,
Linda.
lady. And she said, I used to be friends with someone who bred Cane Corsos.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I do breed Cane Corsos.
Yes.
And she went on to talk about her standard stupid poodle.
What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
I thought, listen, poodle lady.
Yeah.
Do not correct my pronunciation.
Especially if you're going to talk about a poodle.
No kidding.
Jeez.
I apologize to you poodle people out there now.
They're probably wonderful.
Probably better than hers.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so then I went home.
Yes.
And looking through Facebook.
Yes.
And there was some trainer guy on there saying, you know, you can call him Cane Corso, Cane Corso, Italian Mastiff. They are what they are. Doesn't matter how you pronounce their name. And I thought, yeah.
You tell him.
And I thought, where was this guy when I was standing in the store being talked down to by some frumpy lady?
Right.
I'm old, but I'm not frumpy.
No. Well, and let me just say, majority of people, when you say Cane Corso, they're like, what's that?
I know, they think you're slurring or something.
Yeah. So if you just say Cane Corso, they're like, oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It does make a difference. So, okay, we do know how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Yes.
But people don't seem to, most of the time, understand what that kind of dog is. So,
well, a lot of times if they are Cane Corso fans, they do know the right way to say it.
Yes.
But there are just a lot of people who don't. So I just call it like it's spelled and make it simple so that people, understand what I'm saying.
Right.
And so I was kind of put off, especially when she threw that I was friends with the breeder thing in at me. I'm thinking, I'm a breeder.
Right. I'm the Dalai Lama. So?
You are?
Surprise.
I didn't even know.
I know. Well.
Anyhow, so that's my gripe for today. Because I was like, well, I think I called you.
Yeah, you did. Mm-hmm.
I was not happy with her.
Well, it's frustrating when people have to just why do you have to have an attitude about it?
Make him be smarty pants.
Yeah.
You got to be a smarty pants.
Just tell me about your poodle. Don't tell me how to pronounce things. Just, I mean, come on. But she probably knew more than everybody too. So,
you think my dog is intimidating? Wait till you correct how I say my dog's name.
Say it again.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Krabby. Okay. So.
Barb Wendell, a.k.a. Krabby Patty.
Here.
Not a happy sight.
Here for duty.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
All right. So we're talking about the Cane Corso in this episode.
You mean Italian Mastiff?
That's right. Cane Corso. However you want to say it.
They are what they are.
They are what they are.
Yes. And it is our breed of choice.
It is.
But also we thought we'd talk about it because we have just a couple puppies left and thought, hey, what the heck? Let's talk about what we got sitting right in our house.
Heck yeah. I mean, we could talk about these dogs all day.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we do talk about them most of the time. So
Yeah, sometimes we don't like each other or each other's lives, so we just talk about the dogs.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy go-to topic, So
Anyhow, but yeah, so they are also called an Italian Mastiff.
Yes.
So sometimes people kind of are like, oh, I'd never heard of them. I have heard of an Italian Mastiff. Same thing.
yes,
Same thing. And they are part of the Mastiff family, but they're the smallest of the family.
yes,
So because their hearts aren't working as hard, they do have a longer lifespan.
they do, which is, I maintain that no dog really lives long enough.
Oh, for sure.
None of them really live long enough.
Yeah. Selfish as it is, you just wish they were with you so much longer than what you get.
Yeah, it seems so unfair, honestly. And I was looking, speaking of lifespan, they did a study, and I'm hesitant to even really, because it's a small amount of dogs, but what was interesting is they separated them into groups by fur
Color.
coat color. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And which, I mean, their average lifespan is 10 to 12 years for the breed. But they came up with 9.3 with variations in there. And I'm like, so you guys don't know what's going on.
Well, I do know that like the blue/gray that's called that they have like diluted genes that cause them to have that lighter color.
Yes.
So the fact that their genes are some type of, do I want to say mutation? I could see why that would have an effect on their lifespan.
And actually, gray and fawn are roughly 9 years in this study. Which there's only 232 dogs out of 25 countries. So not a large group of dogs.
No.
But, interesting study anyway. Longest lived were black brindle, and 10.3, brindle 10.1, gray brindle 9.8. So interesting information for sure. Not a huge study, but that would make sense. I didn't think about that, the gray being that way, but that would make sense.
Well, and I found some, and I know it's going to disappoint you, but not everything on the internet's true.
You know what? That's baloney.
It's not true, Tori.
Baloney.
Anyhow, I found that the females are supposed to be like 98, 99 pounds. And the males are 99 to 110. And that's not really my experience.
What happened? We got big dogs.
I know. Our girls, let's see, like Elsa and Karma and Ivy, they're all in the 115 range.
That's about what Betsy is as well.
And then my boys all are running at like 145.
Yes.
Well, except for Reggie, but he's only 3 months old.
He's just a baby.
Yeah. So, and the height, I would definitely say, I don't have my yardstick here handy.
Yeah.
But girls 23 to 26 inches and boys 24 to 28. And I would say Zeus is well past that.
Yes.
And none of my girls are Della. Wrong dog.
Yeah. Not
Elsa,
even the right breed.
Not even the right breed, I know. Elsa is probably my shortest at the back. And she's not that small either. So I guess I haven't, gotten out there and actually measured, but these sizes might be kind of on the low end, because I would, if you are thinking about getting one, I would caution you that they might be bigger than this.
Absolutely. Even ones we've seen elsewhere
out and about
are larger than what's being what you found there. So that's kind of interesting. I would definitely say that's a low
numbers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but, and they're what?
As you have Enzo taking up most of the couch.
Yeah, Enzo is working on the podcast with me today because he knows I have a piece of pizza on the coffee table he would like.
Yeah, he just loves you.
No, he doesn't. He loves pizza.
Yeah, he does. You know what's interesting is my dogs do know pizza.
You mean because his ears just went up?
I can say it out in the yard specifically, and they know the difference between that and just a treat.
But it looks, judging by his ears, I think he'd take either one right now.
He would absolutely take either one.
Because he's,
as you can tell by his physique.
So he is in the 110-pound range.
Oh, definitely. Nice and slim.
And maybe the 24-inch at the back.
For sure.
Or at the knee.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so these dogs originated in Italy, which I think is, goes without saying because they're Italian Mastiffs.
Yes.
But they come in a variety of colors. Now, the standard colors, the most common, I should say, are like a black, a fawn, black brindle, chestnut brindle, red. I've never seen a red one.
I think they're the dogs in pictures I've seen that are red are super pretty. It's a very pretty color.
Yeah.
Very rare though.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't say rare here. That's a regular color.
I saw. Oh, it's a regular.
And then the other color is gray. Now I did have a full conversation with the ICCF lady.
Oh yeah.
And she let me know I did not know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Because they are also identified as blue as well as gray. Okay. So I was told differently when I first began the breeding program. So gray or blue, you call it. I don't care. Yeah. Some of the rare colors are chocolate, liver, which makes me think of Weimaraners.
Okay.
Isabella. I don't even know what color Isabella is. And then straw. So there's a pretty wide range of colors.
Yeah, there are. Gosh.
I think Cane Corso Kennels gets a lot of solid gray, a few fawns, black brindles. We get a lot of brindles.
We do, yes.
And then we don't. I'm trying to think. I don't think we've had a solid black one for quite a while.
No, I think overall we've had one, and she had a dot on her chest of white. So she was not.
So we aren't lucky enough to get too many solid black.
No.
And actually, a little side note here on the blue gray controversy.
Yeah.
The internet says both.
Okay.
Different people say different things.
Yeah.
So that one I haven't been able to pin down.
Okay. So gray or blue works either way.
It's
personal preference. Really.
I guess so.
Okay.
Blue when they're young, gray when they're old. So another thing to think about is their ears.
Oh, yeah.
There is always a massive controversy over ear crop or not.
Yes.
There's different styles of ear crops. You have, battle crop, show crop, and other breeds have their own style of crops. So ear cropping is merely when they cut the floppy part off and the ears stand up. Now, generally, I avoid talking about this in public, on groups, on the internet, to you guys out there, because I usually get like 6 months worth of backlash over saying it, but I believe in having a choice.
Yes.
I think if you like your dogs, your Cane Corso's ears floppy, I think that's great. I think that is super adorable on some of them.
Yes.
And for me, my personal choice is to have my dog's ears cropped.
Yeah.
I do not like the floppy look. I think originally, I think of the powerful war dog running at you with its ears flopping in the wind. Doesn't work for me. So I want my dog's ears cropped. it's done by a surgeon under anesthesia. They have pain medication and antibiotics for follow-up. I mean, to me, ear crops are not bad. It's how they're done and taken care of that is the important part.
Well, exactly. I mean, it's not like you're just slicing them off and calling it good, you know. I mean, it's a humane procedure now. You get treatment for it after it's done, and I prefer my dog's ears cropped as well. Which actually now with different breeds, I know we're talking about the Cane Corsos here, or Cane Corsos.
Please, yeah.
Sorry,
Mhm.
sorry. Can, like, if somebody wanted to get their dog's ears cropped and say they didn't know what type, what do they just say? This is a Cane Corso. I need their ears cropped, and then they'll just do a kind, or do you have to know what you're, you know? Do you know what I'm saying?
I do. I think you have to research the vets that do the ear crops and see if there's a specific breed that they do or don't do. Excuse me. And then if they have certain ones that they absolutely won't do, move on to your next call.
Sure.
But I would research it. And if it's a dog that you're just getting, ear crops are supposed to be done. I hear a little bit variation on the time frame, but between 6 to 10 weeks is generally what I hear people saying. We do ours around 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And like with the Cane Corso, I think there's like 3 or 4 different styles.
Oh.
And the taller look is the show look, and the battle crop is quite short. And I wish there was a different name for the short ones, because as soon as you say battle crop, people are like, oh, you got fighting dogs.
Yeah.
No, I like the battle crop because they're quite short, and then you don't have to do as much training to get them to stand up.
Yes.
You don't have to post them.
Well, and you see like the Dobermans, the like really tall ones, those look like a hassle. Those look like those would be quite difficult to...
They are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, I wish it had a different name. They're called the battle crop. It's very short. They stand up pretty much on their own. I've never had any problems with them. When they get taller, you start having problems with them, dimpling on the back, and they don't want to stand up. But wait a minute. What was your question?
I know, it's a tough, you start talking about it and it's like, wait, where do we start with this?
You folks out there ought to be glad you don't live in my brain.
Well, and you should hear a conversation throughout the day with us, because it's sometimes we have to call back. No, when people are going to get an ear crop for their dog, do they say, hey, I have a Cane Corso?
Right.
What,
Okay. So each breed might have a different style.
Sure.
So you're going to want to research that, and then make sure that that vet is familiar with that breed and the different styles. The vet that I think Primo Corso Kennels is going to be going with has one specific cut.
Okay.
For the Cane Corso puppies. So they don't have options for like and I use the term loosely, battle crop or a show crop.
Gotcha.
They don't really have anything. So
okay,
that is not a yes or no answer, but it just you just really got to do your research, which you should anyhow if you're buying a puppy.
Absolutely. Just there's no real straightforward answer to that.
I kept reading in my research, and maybe you did too. I don't know if I'd mentioned this earlier, but we always order pizza before we do the current episode.
Yes.
So, I'm just sitting here with pizza thinking about things. I don't know if I talk. That'd be hard to believe.
If people usually think there's something wrong with me if I'm not talking. So,
right.
Yeah.
But I kept finding throughout my research just different writers of different things, the AKC, just random articles saying that these dogs are not suitable for beginner owners.
Ooh, I have read that. And I have mixed feelings on that. I think it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're wonderful dogs for anybody that wants one.
Right. Well, this is strictly my opinion.
Yes.
I don't get to write articles on the internet, but well, I suppose it couldn't
You
I?
sure could.
Well, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
But if it is the first time you're owning a dog and you just really want a Cane Corso, Cane Corso, I think first off, the first step is to really learn everything you possibly can about the breed.
Yes.
Not just getting familiar with the breed, but also talking to breeders and getting an idea from them about their dogs specifically, how they do their breeding programs, what they focus on.
Yes.
As far as dogs' dispositions, just kind of dig into it and learn everything you possibly can.
And I do think that it's important to be able to, like you said, talk to somebody, because you can read all the stuff on the internet you want.
Mm-hmm.
But I think talking to somebody who has firsthand experience and being able to, actually have a conversation with somebody who, instead of just reading all the different things people have to say on the internet. I mean, you don't know if they really do or not. A good resource, but I think
it's not always true.
Yeah, exactly.
A few other things that, first you really need to understand the work and the time and the effort needed to have a Cane Corso.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they are, there's nights you want to go out and go bowling or go see the grandkids or who knows what. But, you got to stay home and get all the bedding washed that the dogs have. You got to vacuum because there's dog hair everywhere.
Yeah.
So there's extra cleaning in your house. You got to pick up the poop in the yard. I mean, whatever the case may be, it's going to take more time out of your day.
Yes.
So on top of training them and spending time with them, you'll have cleanup to do.
Yeah.
So you have to know and understand that there's going to be less social time for you if you take on a dog of this size.
Yes.
And, well, any dog for that matter.
I mean, even if you get a purse dog, you got to take them out of that purse to poop.
Unless you're a very dirty person.
Which you.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't be that person.
Also, you have to be 150% committed to your Cane Corso to make it a successful partnership.
Yes, absolutely. Commitment is the most important.
I was interviewing a guy.
Yeah.
When Primo Corso Kennels does, I'm doing air quotes, an application for a puppy.
Yes.
Basically, it's a phone call. And I go over basic questions and kind of get a feel for the people that are interested. And a couple years ago, I had a fella, I asked him, so if you were to get a puppy, were you going to crate train it or keep it in the house, or what's your plan?
Right.
And he said, well, I got a dog run out there, and then I got I got like a 20 by 40 building, and then there's the garage. And then, yeah, I suppose we got a crate. We got somewhere we can keep it.
Oh,
And I thought, I didn't like the sound of it.
Yeah.
And that isn't successful sounding to me. That's like they're just taking on a dog to take on a dog.
Right.
They're not thinking about providing it a home, a happy place to live, or anything.
Yeah.
So when I hear that, that does not sound successful to me.
Right. It doesn't sound like they'd be committed to training and, spending the time and energy if they're not even willing to plan ahead.
Well, and Primo Corso Kennels doesn't just think in terms of, the people adopting the dog. I don't like the word adopting.
Yeah.
Taking on, a puppy I just think we have to look out for the safety of the puppy.
Right.
You know, it's a two-way thing. We need the people happy. We need the puppy happy.
Exactly.
And if I feel like the puppy is not going to be in a happy situation, then no.
Right.
You know, and that sounded like there's no commitment, no planning, no nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and there's another family out there that will commit to making sure that everything is set up and ensuring that the dog has a good place to be.
Right.
So,
you know, being committed and having a plan is super important. Now, the final thing I'm going to say.
Okay.
And again, my opinion, never underestimate your four-legged family member.
Don't do it.
They know their beans.
They do. They do. I think they are smarter than we even know, really.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of the looks I get from these guys, I'm telling you, I might not want to know what they're thinking.
Well, you know, today, I told you this story. I went to get ready to leave.
Oh, yes.
And I am crate training Reggie.
Yes.
And he doesn't need to be in there when I'm home. He's doing really well with potty training.
Yeah.
But I was going to come down here to you for this episode.
Yes.
And so for dogs that have to be in a crate because they either are naughty or I don't want them to get in a scuffle with another dog.
Right.
You know, they're crate trained.
Yes.
And I do like them crate trained in case they have to go to vets. So I picked up the bag of dog treats. And as soon as Reggie saw me pick up that bag of dog treats, he walked far away from the crate as far as he could and sat down and looked at me.
He's like, I'm not going in there.
No, he wasn't. He was not going to go in there.
It's like, I see what you're doing and I'm not doing it.
He associated the treats with having to go in his kennel.
He is very smart.
My others I always thought was smart, but this guy he's super smart.
He's really,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a little more, he's a thinker for sure. I mean, I'm quite impressed when you tell me things about him. It's like, what, guys, what are you doing? I mean, he is.
Well, so, I mean, and he did go in his crate. I just, gently pushed his butt.
Mm-hmm. His cutest little tushy.
In there, and he walked right in, but he wasn't happy about it. So never underestimate those guys because they are smart.
I just pictured him clomping across the floor.
He walks like a Clydesdale.
He does. I don't know how such a small dog walks so loud.
I don't know.
But he sure does. Now, this is a quote from the AKC. I got to say this because it was just super funny to me because not in my experience, okay? The AKC says that the Cane Corso move with now this is a quote, cat-like grace.
Mm. Huh.
I thought, where? Because not in this house.
No. No.
And Reggie walking across the floor, I'm thinking, where?
More like an elephant or a horse.
Yeah. So maybe it was a typo.
Maybe they were talking about some other breed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Accidental.
Yeah.
They accidentally got in there.
Inserted into the Cane Corso.
So
Cane Corso.
Yeah, because I saw that and I actually chuckled to myself.
Oh.
Because what?
Did you know, do you know why they don't use them for cop dogs?
Oh, why?
So I was reading and it said that they are not agile enough and they don't have stamina.
It seems contradictory to cat-like grace.
It does. It also says that they're too intimidating to the public.
See, that I don't get.
I don't get that
either.
They
just look so cute and smushy.
I know.
I just want to.
So, yeah.
That's that. Now, I did send you a picture of that pug. Nope, it was a Frenchie. As a canine.
Oh, yes. That was a real.
That was a reel. That was that was a reel. That was super cute. I obviously is not real, but it was super cute. They had a canine cop car and they opened the back door and this guy was in the suit.
With the arm thing.
Yeah, and out jumps this very fast little Frenchie. It was the cutest thing ever. Anyway, so
But he got the guy.
yeah, he did. He took him down. Okay. So anyway, that was super adorable. Wrong breed, but
Hey,
you know,
Yeah.
little people can do it too. I
yeah, you
guess.
can.
Yeah.
I also read, and I wonder how they rate this stuff, but they said that the Cane Corso has the PCI of 700.
Oh, the PSI,
Oh, what did I say?
PCI.
Where's the C in that?
I'm not sure. You're tired.
I always am.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase this. The PSI of a Cane Corso
Yeah.
is 700.
That's a lot.
You know what it is of a lion?
What?
691.
You got nothing on my dog.
Zzz.
Zzz.
Dogs.
Yeah. Plural. So, they just get more impressive.
I know.
I mean, King of the Jungle, who? No. Anyway, well, I got to tell you one more fun thing.
Okay.
And it's probably not as fun to anybody else, but so when these Italians decided to rebuild the breed,
Mm-hmm.
they started a society. And
In 1970.
in 1970,
Mm-hmm.
they were Italian fanciers.
Oh.
I don't know what a fancier is, but they're probably fancy.
They appreciate fanciers is when you fancy something.
And they fancy these guys,
You're right.
which makes it even better because it is. Now, I'm probably going to butcher the Italian pronunciation, but I'm going to try.
Okay. You're going to try to butcher it?
No, I'm trying. I'll try not to.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So it is Society Amirati Cane Corso, which translates to Society of the Cane Corso Lovers.
Aw.
Just putting it right out there. We love them. We're going to build them back up. I like it.
I think it's wonderful.
It is.
Yep.
So anyway, thanks to the fanciers.
Of the Cane Corso.
Yeah. We love them too.
Well, these dogs, I mean, they did go, let's see, I think it was we were talking when this was, 1944, where World War II ended. It was after World War II.
Mm-hmm.
So I think sometime in that time frame, it was when they started to become extinct, and they weren't really used as war dog. That was their original use, was that they were war dogs.
Yes.
And after that, when there wasn't, military action of some sort, they started being more working dogs, like on farms with farmers, guarding, also hunting boar.
Yep.
And
Live
just guarding the family as well.
Yeah.
Property and family.
estate guardians. Yep. Livestock, large game hunting, things like that.
Yep.
I mean, they really just essentially family dogs is essentially what they turned into. I mean, and farmers even, I mean, that's part of their family.
Primo Corso Kennels has a puppy that is a guardian farm dog.
Yep. Yes.
And he's a very impressive looking dog, very large in size, and he has floppy ears, just for the record.
He does.
And small family, 3 kids, mom and dad, grandma next door. And I had to stop over there for something.
Yes.
And it was after dark, and I drove in the driveway. And as I was driving up, I saw the dog come running from across the yard up onto their front deck,
Oh, yeah.
and he stood at the top of the stairs. And I got out of my car and started to walk towards him. And I said, "Hey there." And he just looked at me and I said, "How are you tonight?" And his head lowered.
Oop.
And he started growling at me.
Mm.
And I thought, I'm getting back in my car.
He's like, not today. Not today.
And after a moment, one of the older son saw me out in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And he came out and stuck his head out the door and said, "Hello." And I said, "Is your mom or dad here?" And he said, "No." And I thought, that makes so much sense.
Yep.
That dog was really watching out for his kids.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter who I am, those
Yep.
are his kids.
Exactly.
So I was super impressed with that dog. He had to call the dog in the house
Yeah.
to come out to talk to me because
Yep.
that dog was not going to let me near his boy.
That's a good dog.
And that is, they might be war dogs from the past, but they
Mhm.
are really amazing guardian dogs.
They really are. And I mean, they're actually just recently, kind of more recently, been recognized by the AKC. I mean, that was 2010.
Mhm.
And I mean, so really, in the last, not even that long, these guys have been rebuilt, and I mean, just the most amazing dogs.
Last 50 years or so.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad they did it.
Yeah, well, they love them.
They do.
They're
They do.
fanciers.
They're fanciers, and they fancy these guys. So, I mean, I can't say enough good about them. They're just great dogs. And
They are.
I mean, I have a excellent group myself, and I think me and my son are very safe in our home with these guys.
I would agree.
So it's they're a pretty cool breed.
Now the average cost for a Cane Corso
Yes.
is $1,500
Mm-hmm.
to $5,000.
Yes.
So they aren't Walmart dogs. You're not going to get any clearance price on them.
They're really not. And for the record, if somebody's selling a Cane Corso for less than $1,500, you might want to double check
Right.
on why.
Yeah.
Because you can say, "Oh, well, I don't want to spend all that money." Well, this is what they cost.
Right.
If you want this breed, you got to pay some money to get them. I mean,
Right.
It's what it is. So, I've seen that several different places, if somebody's.
So sometimes a good deal is not a deal.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
But overall, these dogs are loving. They are super intelligent. They are fiercely loyal. And they don't just love everybody. They aren't going to just be everybody's best buddy unless they're Reggie.
Right.
I don't know what's wrong with that dog. He seems to love everyone. He loves everybody, and I don't know. I don't know what to make of him, but it's best to socialize these dogs.
Yeah.
Some people say they get quirky in the respect that they just become very protective and do not accept people on their property well at all. So that's why they always suggest to socialize them so that they can interact with different people.
Yes. Well, and I think Reggie will kind of grow into being a little bit more, not everybody's friend, but he's a very happy young man.
He's a happy dog.
Yeah, he is. I mean, my dogs, I guess I would say they're, fairly well socialized, but
No, they're not.
I don't like people in the house. So,
how are you going to socialize them?
I mean, there's like 3 people have come over. Well,
anyhow,
I guess besides you and Cody, it's just one, but
that's Daytrick.
He counts.
No, he doesn't. He lives here.
Okay, I lied. They're not.
Anyhow, but if you're thinking about a Cane Corso, another resource for researching them is to talk to a trainer.
Absolutely.
They
Yes.
might be able to give you some information, direction, some ideas for learning to handle them.
Yes.
I don't think anybody can just say flat out, right down the line, new dog owners shouldn't have one.
I agree.
But I think it's really smart to talk to the professionals in your area. Also, it's important to make sure that in your area, sometimes it could be statewide, citywide, it could be an apartment complex, townhouse. Check on breed restrictions.
Oh, yes.
There are some places that do have limits on what they'll allow, whether it be the breed or the size.
Yes.
Those are things to consider as well. And again, that's the kind of thing you need to be looking into before you even make that final decision to get one.
Yes. And no matter how much you want them, you need to put the dog first. If you don't have time, space, energy, all of that, wait.
Right.
There's always down the road. So, don't rush it either. It's, there will be others around. For
Right.
sure. So, which I need to tell myself that every time I see a new litter of puppies.
I know. She wants one out of every litter.
Oh.
She'd have no walking space if she did that.
That's true. I told Mom this last time. I said, I can't look at them even. And
Did you?
I did, and now I love them all. I mean, Whitney.
She's adorable.
She just stares at you until you pick her up, and then she just loves you. She just sits there, just happy as a little tiny lark. So
she's going to be 100 pounds.
But still, probably.
How are you going to hold her?
Well, I don't know how these guys make it work. They climb right on my lap all the time. So
but your couch is broke.
I know. It's actually a problem now because I've got pillows all over trying to hold it up.
Anyhow, yeah. So check with your professionals. Make sure to do your research. Make sure that what you've got going in your mind is going to work out for you financially, physically,
life-wise,
legally, life-wise, yeah.
All the ways.
Yep. So do your own research. Be diligent as far as whether it's a good idea or not.
Yes. And again, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com or comment down below.
And thank you for joining us. We are so glad you are here. We hope you'll be here for our next episode.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.